Every year, millions of Americans watch of hundred disappear from their paychecks, never to be seen again. They set aside pre-tax money in a flexible spending account for medical expenses, intending to use it for co-pays, prescriptions, and dental work. But then life gets busy. They forget. They assume they can use the money later. And on December 31st, poof, up to $500, $1,000 or even $2,000 of their own hard-earned money evaporates into the employer's pocket. This is called the use it or lose it rule, and it's the biggest trap in employee benefits. But here's the secret that HR doesn't advertise. You can avoid losing a single dollar, and you can even supercharge your FSA to save on taxes and cover thousands in medical expenses if you know the 2026 rules. And if you stay until the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to use your FSA, how to avoid the forfeiture trap, and how to plan your medical spending so you never leave money on the table again. If you stay until the end of this video, you'll learn what an FSA is, how it differs from an HSA, the 2026 contribution limits, the critical deadlines for spending your money, and the grace period and carryover rules that can save your unused funds. I'll also give you a simple system to track your FSA balance and a list of surprising eligible expenses you probably didn't know about. By the time we're done, you'll never lose another dollar to the use it or lose it rule. My name is your name, and today we're going to take control of your flexible spending account. Let me start with a story that will make you want to check your FSA balance immediately. A few years ago, a client named Maria came to me in a panic. It was December 28th. She had $800 left in her FSA. She thought she could roll it over to next year. She didn't know about the use it or lose it rule. She had 2 days to spend $800. She frantically bought prescription sunglasses, a first aid kit, and a blood pressure monitor. She still had $300 left. She was going to lose it. I told her about the grace period. Her employer offered a 2.5-month grace period. She could use the money until March 15th. She was relieved, but she promised to never let it happen again. Maria's story is not rare. According to a 2025 survey, nearly 40% of FSA participants forfeit some money each year, with the average forfeiture being over $400. That's billions of dollars lost annually. Don't be Maria. What is an FSA? And how is it different from an HSA? A flexible spending account, FSA, is the employer-sponsored benefit that allows you to set aside pre-tax dollars from your paycheck to pay for eligible medical expenses. The money goes in before federal income tax, Social Security tax, and most state income taxes. In 2026, the contribution limit is $3,200 per year. Some employers allow up to $5.00 for dependent care FSAs, daycare, elder care. The key feature and the trap is the use it or lose it rule. With limited exceptions, any money left in your FSA at the end of the plan year is forfeited to your employer. This is the main difference from a health savings account, HSA. An HSA also has pre-tax contributions and tax-free withdrawals for medical expenses, but there's no use it or lose it rule. HSA funds roll over year after year and can be invested. However, to contribute to an HSA, you must have a high-deductible health plan, HDHP. With an FSA, you can have any health plan. Many people use both an HSA for long-term savings and an FSA for predictable annual expenses like co-pays, prescriptions, and dental work. Asterisk the 2026 FSA rules, limits, deadlines, and key changes. Asterisk, let me give you the specific numbers for 2026. The annual contribution limit for healthcare FSAs is $3,200. For dependent care FSAs, the limit is $5,000 per household, or $2,500 if married filing separately. These limits are set by the IRS and adjusted for inflation. The use it or lose it rule applies, but employers have two options to soften the blow. Option 1 is a grace period of up to 2.5 months after the plan year ends. For a calendar year plan, January 1 to December 31, the grace period runs until March 15 of the following year. You can use the prior year's funds during that grace period for expenses incurred after the plan year ends. Option 2 is a carryover of up to $640 in 2026, 20% of the $3,200 limit into the next plan year. Some employers offer both a grace period and a carryover. Actually, IRS rules allow either a grace period or a carryover, but not both. Check your employer's plan document. The grace period is often better for people with predictable expenses because you have more time to use the money. The carryover is better if you want to keep a small balance from year to year. Both options prevent you from losing everything, but you still need to plan. Asterisk, the Dependent Care FSA, a separate benefit for child care and elder care. If you have children under 13 or elderly parents you care for, a Dependent Care FSA is a huge tax saver. You set aside up to $5,000 pre-tax to pay for daycare, after-school programs, summer camps, and elder care. The use it or lose it rule also applies, but Dependent Care FSAs often have a grace period. In 2026, Dependent Care FSAs also have a carryover option. Actually, the rules are similar. Up to $640 carryover for healthcare FSAs, but Dependent Care FSAs are separate. Check your plan. Asterisk. How to never lose a dollar, the simple tracking system. Here's the system I use and teach to clients. Step 1. At the beginning of the plan year, estimate your eligible medical expenses. List everything. Copays, primary care, specialists, urgent care, prescriptions, including over-the-counter medications with a prescription. But since 2020, many OTC items are eligible without a prescription: dental work, cleanings, fillings, crowns, orthodontia, vision, eye exams, glasses, contacts, LASIK, chiropractic, acupuncture therapy, and medical equipment, crutches, blood pressure monitors, etc. Also include eligible over-the-counter items like bandages, pregnancy tests, and menstrual products. These became eligible without a prescription in 2020. Step 2. Divide your annual contribution by the number of pay periods. For example, if you contribute $3,200 and get paid bi-weekly, 26 pay periods, that's about $123 per paycheck. This money is deducted pre-tax, reducing your taxable income. Step 3. Set up automatic reimbursements. Many FSA administrators allow you to set up direct deposit for claims. You can also use an FSA debit card to pay directly at eligible merchants. Keep receipts in case of audit. Step 4. Track your balance monthly. Use the FSA portal or a simple spreadsheet. If you're falling behind, schedule medical appointments or buy eligible items, sunscreen, first aid kits, reading glasses, before the deadline. If you have a grace period or carryover, know the dates. If your plan has a grace period, mark March 15th on your calendar. If it has a carryover, note that up to $640 will roll over automatically. Asterisk, the surprising list of eligible FSA expenses. Most people don't know these. Let me give you a list of expenses that are often overlooked. Many of these can save your unspent FSA dollars. First, over-the-counter medications. Pain relievers, Tylenol, Advil, allergy meds, Claritin, Zyrtec, cold and flu remedies, antacids, and sleep aids. Since 2020, you don't need a prescription for OTC items as long as they are used for medical care. This is a game changer. You can use your FSA debit card at pharmacies, grocery stores, and online retailers like Amazon. Second, menstrual products, pads, tampons, cups, and period underwear. These became eligible in 2020. Third, sunscreen with SPF 15 or higher. This is a huge one. Sunscreen counts as a medical expense to prevent skin cancer. Fourth, first aid supplies, bandages, gauze, antibiotic ointment, hydrogen peroxide, rubbing alcohol, ice packs. Fifth, medical equipment. Blood pressure monitors, thermometers, heating pads, ice packs, crutches, braces, and even shoe inserts, orthotics with a doctor's note. Sixth, vision. Prescription glasses, reading glasses, sunglasses with prescription lenses, contact lenses, contact lens solution, and even LASIK eye surgery. Seventh, dental. Teeth whitening products are generally not eligible, but fluoride treatments, sealants, and prescription toothpaste are. Eighth, mental health, therapy copays, counseling sessions, and even some self-help books prescribed by a doctor. Ninth, transportation. Mileage to and from medical appointments at the standard IRS medical mileage rate in 2026. That's about 22 cents per mile. Also parking fees and tolls. 10th, telehealth visits copays are eligible. 11th, acupuncture, chiropractic, massage therapy with a doctor's prescription and physical therapy. 12th, smoking cessation programs and nicotine patches. 13th, weight loss programs if prescribed by a doctor to treat a specific disease. Obesity qualifies. 14th, hearing aids and batteries. 15th, guide dogs or other service animals for the visually or hearing impaired. This list is long because the IRS defines eligible medical expenses broadly as costs of diagnosis, cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of disease, and for treatments affecting any part or function of the body. If you're not sure, ask your FSA administrator or check IRS Publication 502. Asterisk, the FSA debit card, convenient but dangerous. Many FSAs come with a debit card. The convenience is great, but there's a catch. You must keep your receipts. The IRS requires you to substantiate that the purchases were for eligible medical expenses. If you don't provide documentation, your employer can suspend your card or even recover the funds. So always save receipts. You can scan them into a folder on your phone or computer. Some FSA administrators have mobile apps for receipt uploads. Use them. The Dependent Care FSA, use it for summer camp and daycare. If you have young children or elderly parents, the Dependent Care FSA is a goldmine. You set aside up to $5 Zune pre-tax to pay for daycare, after-school programs, summer day camps, and elder care. The key is that the care must be for a child under 13 or an adult dependent who cannot care for themselves. Overnight camps are not eligible, but day camps are. Babysitting for a date night? Not eligible, because the care must be for employment-related reasons. You and your spouse work or look for work. But if you work during the day, you can use it for daycare. Plan ahead. Summer camp registrations often require payment in early spring. Use your FSA dollars then. Asterisk, the FSA grace period versus runout period. Know the difference. Asterisk, your employer may also have a runout period, a window after the plan year ends during which you can submit claims for expenses incurred during the plan year. The runout period is often 90 days. For example, if your plan year ends December 31, you may have until March 31 to submit claims for expenses incurred in the previous year. The grace period, up to 5 months, is for incurring new expenses after the plan year ends. The runout period is for submitting claims for old expenses. Confusing? Yes. Read your plan document. Asterisk FSA versus HSA, which one should you use? If you have a high deductible health plan, HDHP, you can contribute to an HSA. The HSA is superior because you can invest the fund, they roll over forever, and they can be used for any medical expense in retirement. The FSA is inferior because of the use it or lose it rule. However, many people are not eligible for an HSA. If you have a low deductible plan, an FSA is your only pre-tax medical savings option. Also, you can use an FSA even if you have an HSA? Actually, no. If you have an HSA, you cannot have a general purpose FSA except for limited purpose FSA for dental vision only. So it's one or the other for most people. But you can have a dependent care FSA regardless. Asterisk, how to maximize your FSA savings, a step-by-step plan. Here's your action plan for 2026. Step 1. At open enrollment, decide how much to contribute. Review your medical expenses from the last year. Add up copays, prescriptions, dental, vision, and anticipated procedures, e.g., a crown or LASIK. Also factor in over-the-counter items you buy regularly, pain relievers, allergy meds, sunscreen. Then subtract any amounts you plan to use from an HSA or other funds. The result is your FSA contribution. Don't overestimate. It's better to contribute slightly less than to forfeit money. Step 2. Set up automatic reimbursement or use the FSA debit card wisely. Keep receipts for all purchases. Step 3. Create a calendar with reminders. Mark the end of the plan year, the grace period deadline, and the run-out period deadline. Set reminders 30 days before each. Step 4. If you have unspent funds, schedule medical appointments in November and December. Get that overdue dental cleaning. Buy prescription glasses. Stock up on eligible OTC items. Sunscreen, first aid kits. Use the FSA store online, sextar.com, to find eligible products. Step 5. If you have a dependent care FSA, plan your child care payments. Pay for summer camp, after-school programs, and daycare using FSA funds. Step 6. Keep a log of your FSA balance. Update it monthly. If you're consistently running low, contribute less next year. If you're consistently forfeiting, contribute more and plan better. The one mistake that cost you $500, not knowing the rollover rules. Asterisk. The single biggest mistake is assuming you have more time than you do. Many people think they can use the money until the end of the grace period, but they forget that the grace period is for incurring new expenses, not for reimbursing old ones. If you have a run-out period, you can submit claims for the prior year. Keep your receipts organized. Another mistake, not using the FSA for over-the-counter items. Many people still think they need a prescription. Since 2020, you don't. Take advantage. A final story. The FSA ninja who never lost a dollar. I want to tell you about a client named Linda. She was the FSA ninja. She tracked her expenses in a spreadsheet. She knew exactly how much she would spend on copays, prescriptions, and dental work. She contributed that amount. She also contributed a buffer of $200 for unexpected expenses, knowing she could use it on sunscreen, first aid kits, or reading glasses if needed. She never forfeited a dollar. In fact, she often used the grace period to stock up on eligible items for the next year. She told me, the FSA is free money, you just have to plan. Your action plan, do this today. Here's what you need to do. First, check if you have an FSA. Look at your benefits portal or ask HR. Second, log into your FSA account and check your balance. If you have unspent funds, make a plan to spend them before the deadline. Third, review your eligible expenses list. Identify any upcoming medical appointments or purchases you can schedule. Fourth, if you're in open enrollment, calculate your contribution for next year. Use the formula above. Fifth, set calendar reminders for key deadlines. Sixth, if you have a dependent care FSA, plan your child care spending. Vent, comment below. I'm checking my FSA balance today. I'll reply to the first 100 comments. If this video saved you from losing hundreds of dollars, hit the like button. It helps others who are about to forfeit their money. Subscribe and turn on notifications. In the next video, I'm going to reveal the shiny object tax, how jumping into crypto, NFTs, and meme stocks keeps you poor. The FSA is a powerful tax-saving tool, but only if you use it. Plan ahead, track your spending, and never let a dollar go to waste. Your future self will thank you. I'll see you in the next video.